So the senior school team is led by Natalie Madden, assistant principal, and then Keegan Taylor is the Yellow House, Zoe Finch is Green House, and then as I said myself, I am the Red House leader. And then we also have Lauren Buswell as the Learner Wellbeing leader. Other important people are Kadri Orvat, she's the vet coordinator, and that's who Nick was just talking about in relation to some one-on-one support in career pathways in the vet industries. April Brava is our ATSE teacher, and she supports with our ASETO team, Aboriginal students. And then we also have Ashley Golding, who is our Inclusive Education Coordinator. So students that have extra learning needs. So just a recap, you probably already know a lot of this information, but what is the SACE? So SACE stands for the South Australian Certificate of Education. It is a qualification for preparation for further learning, work and life. And I think the most important part is it's recognised nationally and internationally. So not only do students in South Australia do the SACE, but they also do it in the Northern Territory and in some countries overseas as well. So it is quite highly regarded. So at the moment, Year 11 students, or Stage 1, are aiming towards 110 credits by the end of this year. So this includes compulsory and elective subjects. So the compulsory subjects being English, Maths, PLP, and students have achieved compulsory subjects in PLP, 2 semesters of literacy and 1 semester of numeracy by the end of 2020. So a lot of people have been successful with their literacy so far and their numeracy, and then obviously you still need to pass another semester of literacy. Also this year, students work towards Stage 2 research project. And the way that this is set up, it means that students are supported to have the skills ready to do their research project, and it means that they can dedicate more time next year to completing the other 4 subjects. So the SACE compulsory requirements for next year, Stage 2, is the research project, but we're hopefully going to complete that this year. And then there's, it also requires 3 full-year subjects, or equivalent to 60 credits. However, students always start with 4 subjects, or 3 subjects in a vet course, to ensure that they're going to achieve all the SACE points that they require. And that's by the end, they'll achieve 200 SACE points, and that will also give them access for an ATAR. So if you want to get into university, you need to complete 4 subjects plus RP, or you can do 3 subjects, a Cert 3, so a vet course in a Cert 3, and research project. So it is flexible in the different styles and ways that people can achieve their SACE. So a diagram that sort of helps show this is that the literacy components make up 20%, and that they have to be passed. Semester of numeracy makes up 10 credits, and again, so all these subjects here in green need to be passed at a C- level or better. And then again, the yellow subjects also required to be passed at a C- level or better. So those are the Stage 2 subjects, and they lead to those 60 SACE credits, and then the research project. The remaining blue section is made up of Year 11 subjects, vet courses, and community learning options. You might have noticed that I didn't say that you have to get a C- or better here, and that's because it allows, like at a Year 11 level, if a student's having a really hard shot at, say, geography or something like that, they've given it a real good crack, but they haven't achieved that C-, they'll still be awarded some of those SACE points. So it's really a Stage 1 helping out to find out what an interest is, but it's really important that the compulsories are passed, and that means Stage 2 next year, those subjects need to be at a C- or better. Did anyone have any clarifying questions about that? No. So we do a lot of things here at Wirreanda Secondary School to help our students make the right choice, and I'll go through a few of those things now. So on Tuesday this week, we had a information session where students were able to choose different subjects and hear from the leaders or the teachers about what those subjects are about. I sort of have to really praise the Year 11s here. They were really efficient at getting to their sessions, really interested in the information and asking lots of questions, so that was really a positive block. The handbook, and I've added these slides as well because it wasn't as clear from the projection from Shane's room what he was showing, but this is the course handbook for this year, and it's available on the school website. So this is just a snapshot from the school website, so if you just Google Wirreanda Secondary School, it will be one of the top links. Once you're on the page, going over to the curriculum on the left-hand side, and then going down to the handbook. So there's two different handbooks, one for 7 to 9 courses, and then the one that you will be interested in is the 10 to 12 course handbook. So it's really easy to find on the website, but if you are having any issues, please contact the school and we can give you further support to get onto it. The course card, you should have a copy, or there are additional copies at the front if you've lost yours. They're basically used as a guide to help the students select their subjects. It's important to include preferences in these course cards. The reason being that if we don't get enough students in a subject, unfortunately, sometimes they can't run. There are sometimes different options for subjects. For example, physics this year is through open access, but it's really determined by the interest of the students and how many we actually have. As Shane said, we have a the selection night on Wednesday the 19th of August between 1 and 8. And I think it's really important if you can go home and have a big discussion about what sort of career pathway that your child is looking at. This will sort of help guide what you need would be recommended to choose. So going on to the university websites, and I've got the different recommendations in a minute, but bringing that draft course card with some prior thought will actually help the conversation flow a lot easier and make sure that the best options are selected for your child. So booking an appointment, the website is schoolinterviews.com.au. The front page will come up and the code is just here, so T6ACB, and I think that has already been communicated.
The letter.
It's on the letter, perfect. This is a pretty straightforward website and very user-friendly. So if your child is unsure of their pathway, there's lots of different things that you can do to sort of start that conversation and sort of make a decision. But if you also, at the end of the day, can't sort of work it out, I personally wanted to become a teacher, then I wanted to become an accountant, and then I wanted to go into the health sector. I changed my mind several times, but I ended up choosing courses that sort of left options open for me. So it's important to do that, but if you know for sure what you want to do, then going on to university websites or TAFE websites are going to tell you the prerequisites of what you need to do as well. The other thing is, if you're totally unsure, there are career quizzes out there that will help sort of guide you based on your personality traits, interests and things like that as well. If you're more of a hands-on person, or you like to use your brain to solve problems and things like that, this will help you sort of work that out. So as I said, there's the TAFE website that's really good in terms of finding different vet courses, but also different career pathways. The 3 universities also have websites, and they have lots of information around different courses and what they offer and how they support future students as well. But this is not limited. So in Adelaide, we also have universities such as Torrens University, there's Save It, there's Central Queensland University that all have sort of campuses or online campuses and options as well. So if you can't find the career pathway that you exactly want with these universities, there's also other options. So if you are struggling to find something that's an interest, definitely talk to your house leader or call up the house leader and we can help you a bit further with that as well. I sort of want to leave you with this before we get into any questions. So these two students, they're both very similar quotes in terms of having conversations with teachers around what you want to do as well will really help sort of guide and shape what you need to do to get there. We're here to help. We're not here to be enemies or anything like that. So the more questions that students ask, or if you ask, the more that we're going to try and help you. And if we don't know it, then we will do as much research as possible to help guide and find out the answers.